Hello everyone, this is Nigesh from Team CLED Prep. I welcome you all to this new and inquisitive series of videos where we will be discussing a lot of interesting concepts and tricks of quant. Okay, so today we will be discussing a simple and an important concept of percentage, that is single base change. Now, first of all, let's understand what do I mean by single base change, what actually happens, what generally students do while calculating such problems. Okay, now let's suppose there is a number 100. I asked you to increase this number by 20%. Now everybody can easily calculate that the result will be 120. But the problem is when sometimes the question asks to come back to the original value, or I ask you to reduce it back such that we get the result as 100. What a lot of students do is they reduce 120 by 20% and do not realize that the result is 96. What they normally think is plus 20% minus 20%, it is going to nullify and I will get the original value back again. But actually that's not the case, because if you reduce 120 by 20%, the result is 96, which is what? 4 less than 100. So you all can see that this is not equal. Now, did you ever wonder why? Why does this happen? It happens because when you increased 100 by 20%, basically the base was 100. आपने इस number को increase करा है. But when you are trying to get back to 100, what you are doing? You are reducing 20% and you are not reducing 100 by 20%. You are reducing 120 by 20%. So what has happened here? The base has changed once. There goes the name of the topic, that is single base change. So what happens when the base changes once? Okay, now we all can see it is not equal. Now if we are actually supposed to calculate what should be the percentage decrease such that we get the original value, that is 100, or rather if I need to get 100, मुझे इसे कितने परसेंट से कम करना चाहिए, ठीक है? तो इसके लिए let's take couple of examples. Okay, say suppose I've been given that if B is X% more than A, then by what percent is A less than B? This is what we are actually trying to calculate, right? So say suppose let's assume a number to be 100, okay, which we just did earlier. I increase this number by 20%, the result will be 120. Now if I need to get back to 100, or if I want to know that 100 is what percent less than 120, as we can see that while I increased by 20%, the base was 100, but when I'm trying to get back to 100, or I want to know that 100 is what percent less than 120, the base will be 120. So you all can see that 100 is 20 less than 120, and if we calculate the percentage change with respect to 120, we get the result as 1 by 6, which is nothing but 16.66% and not 20%. Okay, now let us take another example. Say suppose the second statement says that B is X% less than A. Okay, B is X% less than A. So I'm taking the same base. Initially I'm taking 100, and let's assume we are supposed to decrease this by 20%. So what will happen? If I reduce 100 by 20%, the result will be 80, right? Now if I want to know that 100 is what percent more than 80, or if I want to change 80 such that I get 100 as my result, I can see that I have to increase it by 20, but this 20 का जो आप increase करना चाहते हो, it will be calculated with respect to 80 and not with respect to 100. So the base will be 80 into 100, which is nothing but 1 by 4, that is 25%. Okay, now the question arises that do we always have to take such numbers or assume such numbers and then try to see that what will be the actual percentage change witnessed here, or do we always need the result and both the bases or the second base at all times to get to the initial value if we are asked about the percentage change? The answer is absolutely not. There is a very simple trick which you people can use if you want to calculate that if B is X% more than A, then by what percent is A less than B, or if B is X% less than B, then by what percent is A more than B. Okay, let's understand that trick. Say suppose we have been given that B is X% more than A, and then by what percent is A less than B. Okay, what am I doing here is I am simply taking an example and changing this percentage, whatever percentage is given to you in the question, I'm changing it into its fraction form, which is 1 by 5. Now what you people need to focus here is, when you change it into its fraction form, think what is given to you. You have been given that B is X% more than A. What is given? More than A. So in case of more than A, what we will do, we will add the numerator back to the denominator and our result will be 1 by 6. How come 1 by 6? I have simply added the numerator in the denominator, that is 5 plus 1. Okay. And in the second scenario, where it said that if B is X% less than A, B is X% less than A, what I will do, let's take the same example. Say suppose I'm saying that it is 20% less than A, so I'll change it back to change it to its fractional form, that is 1 by 5, and my answer will be denominator minus the numerator, that is 1 by 5 minus 1, which is nothing but 1 by 4, which we just calculated earlier by taking 100 as an example and calculating, first increasing 100 by 20%, that was 120, and then back to 100, or decreasing it by 20%, that was 80, and back to 100, right? So this is a very simple and neat trick which you people can use. Okay, so let me just sum up here. If it is saying that B is X% more than A, you change it into its P by Q form and your answer will be P upon Q plus P. If it is saying B is X% less than A, you change it into its P by Q form and your answer will be P upon Q minus P. Okay, again I am repeating this, please remember and take a note of this. When the question says more, you have to add the numerator to the denominator, and when the question says less, you have to add subtract the numerator from the denominator. Okay, now understanding the concept is one thing, knowing the trick to do it very quickly is another thing, but the most important thing is where to use it. A lot of times what happens is, we know the concept, we know the tricks to do it, but we fail to understand that where it is supposed to be used. So let's look at the usage of this simple concept, that is single base change. Okay, now the first usage is, if a number is increased by X%, then by what percent should it be reduced to bring it back to the original value? Now you might find a lot of similarity with the language which I just used in the previous example. Some percentage more, we have to get back to the original value, or else it can say that if a number is decreased by X%, then by what percent should it be increased to bring it back to the original value. Okay, let's take a simple example. Let's say I'm saying that Ram's salary is increased by 14.28%. Okay, by what percent should it be reduced to bring it back to the original value? Now I can clearly see that the question has mentioned that it is increased by 14.28%. Now first of all, what is 14.28%? I hope everybody knows that it is nothing but 1 by 7. So the question is saying that if it is increased by 1 by 7, by what percent should it be reduced to bring it back to the original value? Now what we just discussed, in case of increased, when the question says it is increased by a certain percent, we add the numerator to the denominator. So my answer will be 1 by 8, which is very simple, and I hope all of us know that this is nothing but 12.5%, right? Let's take another example. Say suppose I said that the value of an asset depreciates by 33.33% over a year. Okay, by what percent should it be increased to bring it back to the original value? Now depreciates, what does depreciate mean? It means it is reduced. Okay, so it depreciates or it decreases by 33.33%. What is the fractional equivalent of 33.33%? It is nothing but 1 by 3. So if I'm saying that the value decreases by 1 by 3, by what percent should it be increased to bring it back to the original value? I can see that the question clearly mentioned it decreases. When it decreases, I have to subtract the numerator from the denominator and my answer will be 1 by 2. What is 1 by 2? 1 by 2 is nothing but 50%. Okay, so you can see in such questions asked in various exams, all you have to do is you just have to change it into the fraction form, and if it is saying increasing, add the numerator to the denominator, or if it is saying decreasing, subtract the numerator from the denominator. Okay, let's look at few more usage of this simple concept. Okay, let's suppose it says that for A into B. Now this is a simple situation where wherein such language is used where A into B is equals to C. and it says that A is increased by X%, then by what percent should B be reduced such that there is no change in C? Or it says that for A it is reduced by a certain percent, by what percent should B be increased such that there is no change in C, right? Let's take an example. It is a very common example which I am taking here. It says that if the price of a commodity increases by 25%, what percent should the consumption be reduced so that there is no change in the expenditure? Now, what generally students do in such type of questions is they assume the price to be 100, they assume the consumption to be 100, and then they say that the expenditure will be 10,000, and then they further calculate it कि वो उसको 100 को 25% से increase करते हैं, consumption को X मानते हैं, और उसके बाद में बड़ी लंबी सारी calculation करके, however simple it may seem, but still calculate करके क्वेश्चन का आंसर निकालते हैं. आप मुझे यहाँ पे सोच के बताओ, isn't it exactly similar to what we are discussing? आपने A के अंदर कुछ परसेंट चेंज करा, ओवरऑल तो आपको चेंज 0 चाहिए, तो अब आप उसके कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री की तरह उसे देखिए कि A को अगर मैं किसी परसेंटेज से चेंज करता हूं तो B को कितना परसेंट कम करूं कि ओवरऑल जो चेंज है दैट शुड बी 0. Okay, so it is very simple to calculate. What I will do, I can see that the price of commodity has increased by 1/4, 25%. What is 25%? It is 1/4. By what percent should the consumption be reduced? Now, what we have to find, whether we have to add the numerator to the denominator or we have to subtract it from the denominator, right? So, I can see it is said that it is increased by. If it is increased by, I'll add it back to the denominator and I'll say that the consumption must be reduced by 1/5, which is nothing but 20%. How easy this is, right? Let's look at one last example here where this same thing can be used very effectively. And this is a traditional question of profit and loss where generally people get stuck. They fail to understand what should be assumed. It says that if a shopkeeper by mistake calculated his percentage profit on selling price as 33.33%, find his actual percentage profit. It is all about base and percentage change. Okay, a lot of people might think that no prices are given. ना तो मुझे यहाँ पे कॉस्ट प्राइस दे रखा है, ना सेलिंग प्राइस दे रखा है. हाउ डू आई डू इट? डायरेक्टली एनसीईआरटी वाले तरीके से अगर हम चलें तो हमें थोड़ा लेंदी प्रोसेस फॉलो करना पड़ेगा कि मैं रेशो निकालूंगा, ठीक है, मैं फॉर्मूले में पुटअप करूंगा SP माइनस CP अपॉन CP इंटू 100 इज इक्वल्स टू वट एवर द परसेंटेज इज गिवन, और उसके बाद में मैं कैलकुलेट करूंगा. आई कैन यूज द सेम कॉन्सेप्ट दैट इज सिंगल बेस चेंज इन दिस क्वेश्चन एज वेल. हाउ? अंडरस्टैंड. What the question is saying is that a shopkeeper by mistake calculated his profit on selling price. Now think about it. What is actual percentage profit? It is increase in the cost price. So if the shopkeeper has calculated in selling the profit in selling price, what has he done? He must have reduced the selling price to get the cost price, right? So what the question is actually saying, it is saying that the shopkeeper by mistake calculated on the selling price, by mistake calculated his profit on the selling price. That means he must have reduced the selling price to get the cost price by what? By 1/3. That is 33.33%. And now this is how you identify whether reduced, initially we are given that the value is decreasing or it is increasing. So it says selling price and the profit is 33.33%. So he must have reduced the selling price to get the cost price. And what is actual percentage profit? Actual percentage profit is percentage increase in the cost price. So here, by what percent should I increase the cost price to get the selling price, right? I've reduced it by 1/3. So my answer will be, I'll subtract the numerator from the denominator and my answer will be 1/2, which is nothing but 50%. Okay, now think about it, where if from a situation where you initially started to think that no cost price is given, no selling price is given, I'll have to assume numbers, or I have to use the formula. If you simply realize कि what is actually happening here, this is nothing but an example of single base change where the question can be simply calculated within few seconds, that it is, if the selling price from the selling price to the cost price we are reducing it by 33.33%. so in order to get the actual profit, we will subtract the numerator from the denominator and our answer will be 50%, right? So that's it, people. I hope you found it interesting, and let's hope that you keep using such things, keep using such techniques in your basic practice, and when you solve questions, keep in mind that these things do exist, and they will definitely help you increase your accuracy and your overall score in quants. Okay, thank you.